let's talk. So the Pistons refused to shake the Charlotte Hornets' hand. We talk about the game a little bit too. Charlotte, I think they said they control their own destiny when it comes to making the playoffs. Right now they're in 9 seed, and if they win out or they win their last game, whatever it is, they get into the 8th spot or the play-in, or I don't really know how it works, but I just heard the commentator say they control their own destiny when I was watching the highlights. And the game was close all game. And one of the interesting things about it is in the fourth quarter, the Pistons put, even when the game was kind of out of reach, the Pistons put a couple of their real guys back in, and and the commentators on the Hornets was like, damn, they wilding, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it had to be a message to be sent. What's so funny was the Hornets were supposed to be where the Pistons was at about 4 seasons ago. They made the play-in, and and it was supposed to be a thing. They were supposed to be where we at. Like probably a season or two ago, they were supposed to be number 1 seed. And shout out to Charles Lee, a hell of a coach. He's one of the guys I think I wanted for the Pistons to get. He's done a hell of a job over there with the Charlotte Hornets. And the NBA need this. Let me say that first and foremost. The NBA need this rivalry between the Hornets and the Pistons. They need to bring rivalries back. When you take the physicality out the game, and in the way they trying to take the physicality out the game, there's no rivalries. When you can't foul nobody, you can't bump nobody, you can't express yourself or show some emotion, and people think showing emotion is weak. No, lions show emotions. Some of the most ferocious animals, chimps, monkeys, apes, they all show emotions. I mean, when you watch Godzilla, you see, Kong beat his chest before he about to get down. You see Godzilla yell, and all those are showing emotions. Let me say this to the young men out there who told y'all, oh, you shouldn't have. It's times where you have to be stoic. Honestly, but it's times where it's okay. It's all right to show emotion. If you show emotion and passion, damn near run parallel with each other. And if you show emotion, you show a controlled emotion. If it's controlled and it's not unstable emotions, you good. You can show emotions. You can show passion, especially something that you or someone you believe in, or something that you believe in. You're supposed to show emotion and passion for it. So don't let nobody trick you off being emotion is not a feminine trait. Uncontrollable emotion or unstable emotion is a tribute or associated with femininity, right? But I'm not here to get into that. But the Hornets is a good team. It's just, LaMelo just reckless, bro. He played really reckless. The highlight went, viral where, he hit a 3 and starts talking stuff to Isaiah Stewart. And, another highlight, he drove, on a fast break, ran up under the rim and shot a corner 3. Once you look at it, man, to be honest with you, it may be time for them to get rid of him. It may be time to get rid of him with the reckless, like he's reckless off the. At what point is it gonna click for LaMelo Ball? And this is to be the leader of your organization. You have Michael Jordan in the building at one point, but at what point is it going to click for him? Remember, Malik Monk left Charlotte and he ended up being a really good pro. He's a good player. I ain't gonna say great, but he's great within the roles that he usually play coming off the bench. Charlotte, before I kind of get into the handshake thing, the Hornets need to invest into some veteran leadership. Real talk. They need to get veterans around them young guys, and I think they're going to make the same jump we made. The jump that they were supposed to make, I think that jump coming. If they put some vets around them, I think that jump coming. I mean, even when you look at Anthony Edwards, there's a certain level of maturity. They talking about what's the difference between him and Cade and him and Anthony Edwards. Maturity. Even when you start going to the John Morants and the Zion Williamsons, it's not necessarily they're not more talented like Ja, Zion, LaMelo. It's not that they lack the talent that Cade, Anthony Edwards have, or Victor Wembanyama. Who else we had that went that high that's really, really good? I feel like I'm missing one guy. They have the maturity. Even when you look at Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham, it's a maturity thing. LaMelo don't play. He hasn't matured not one lick, bro. And once he mature and learn how to really run a team with an iron fist and express himself in certain ways at certain moments, he's gonna be okay. No, this is my opinion on it. But not shaking their hands, I love it, bro. I love it. They was talking all that shit all game long. And it felt like they got punked last time. Brandon Miller kicked it off with the dunk and hanging in Duncan face, and Duncan pushed them. They was yapping all day, and they were trying to send a message. Like, if we see y'all in the first round, which if it's a fifth, if it was a fifth, we all be joined. We don't know if they're gonna make it, or if they're gonna be the 8-4, whatever. But if they, we play y'all, like, we coming straight at y'all. We not scared of y'all. There ain't gonna be no easy out. We gonna upset y'all. We feel like we just as talented as y'all. That's how they feel. But what the Hornets are missing is the veteran leadership to mature the Miles Bridges, the Brandon Millers, to complete their Jedi training. They don't have that veteran leadership over there. They too young. And that's the first thing that Terajan Langdon did when he came to Pistons president / GM. He put veterans. It wasn't just a Blake Griffin. He put Malik Beasley. He put Tim Hardaway Jr. He picked Tobias Harris. See, everybody always try to quantify the importance of a player by statistics. And I tell y'all, in this analytical era that we live in, statistics is just, it doesn't really measure the full impact of a player and what they do on and off the court. And, like I said, that's all the Charlotte need is they got the coach, they got the young players, the veterans. But I ain't shaking their hand either. It's one thing to say, take the high road, but I'm not taking no disrespect. They came out very disrespectful, talking shit and all that. They hung around, and the Pistons just hit the gas on them. Like, little niggas, y'all little niggas, man. Y'all store runners in the trap. You know what I mean? Y'all the help. You the greeter at Walmart, man. I own Walmart, bro. Get out of here. Y'all not on this level yet. Y'all don't know how to win yet. Y'all had a head start on us. Y'all had an 800-meter head start on us, and we still hawked y'all. Y'all was supposed to be where we is at 2 seasons ago after y'all made the plan, whenever that was. And I remember watching the Bad Boys documentary where the brother was saying, Joe Dumars was saying that, we used to come into these towns and we read the newspapers, and he's like, we're not scared of the Pistons, we're not scared of this, we're not scared of that, we not, but he said they will already be psyched out. They were already be psyched out before we played the game. We was already in their head. Come on. And that's kind of what it feel like with the Pistons developing that reputation right now. It's like a lot of these guys are psyched out when we play them already. So it's going to be interesting, man. We'll see what it is, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram. Peace.